maybe it ain't as crazy as the craziest Tyler Perry movies out there, but the shit is still nuts. All right, shit is still out there. It's up there with crazy. Maybe not top tier, oh man, maybe not, classic.
Yeah, not underground sex
dungeons.
In your apartment building.
This ain't primo with Tyler Perry Insanity, all right? But it's up there. Let me, before y'all pass judgment, let me explain.
Okay.
I was curious in this because the timing is perfect. I just went through a divorce. Tyler Perry made a movie about divorce. I was like, man, what kind of knowledge can Tyler Perry drop on me, a new divorcee? What can I learn from Mr. TP over here? Uh-huh. Answer's not really a goddamn thing.
No, there's nothing in there for
you. No, people. You know what? It's I learned something. Don't be a black asshole.
I don't know if you've learned that, to be honest.
I don't know, but after watching this movie, Divorce in the Black, maybe I'll learn something, because that's what's happening here. You got this guy who wants a divorce from his woman, and then he gets a divorce and realizes that does not bring him to the true happiness that he wanted. In fact, it just pisses him off even more.
Wait, how dare she thrive after I divorced her?
Yeah. So
she's thriving to disrespect me.
Yeah. So he commences to losing his goddamn mind.
Well, he never had a big grasp on it to begin with.
No, but I believe there was hope for the brother.
I do not.
If he was in another movie. Well, if you black and mad or crazy, you don't get no second chance to the Tyler Perry movie. Oh, let me see here. Because I had to put this together when, kind of on the plane and the Uber here.
On the fly, you might say.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Corey Hardrick as Dallas. And for some reason, he's just not happy with his marriage. So Megan Good, even being married to Megan Good.
What more could you ask for?
Her name is Megan Not Good Enough. He's just, it just doesn't, marrying this fine black woman just does not bring him the peace that he thought it would.
I guess it's more of a Megan thinks she's too good for me.
But I'm the straight. But when he starts pointing, and he ain't like Denzel with that one point. He points with two fingers like he got a gun cocked.
Don't give me the point.
Yeah. Bitch, don't make me. That's all I always is. Bitch, don't make me. And what the looking at? But he thought marrying this woman bring him peace. It does not.
No.
So, he ends up having this divorce, and things just go a lot worse. It just makes him angrier than he was before. Oh my God. And that's just, listen, this is the Tyler Perry movie. This is the Tyler Perry universe. That's just the beginning. This movie goes to places. That's all I can say. Let's go ahead and get into this trailer for, he already laughing back there. He's back there trying to hold his composure. He got his hand up to his mouth, and he just wiggling. Well, you ready for this Tyler Perry goodness, ain't you?
Tyler Perry in D-Box.
Yeah. He's not even laughing, not making no sound. Jesus. Well, I can't wait for this review. Your limbs might be all over the room. Arms gonna fall off. Anyway, Divorce in the Black. Let's take a look at this trailer and we'll be back with our review.
You don't hear her talking to you.
She better get your wife, man.
Ain't nobody gotta get me.
Oh, well, the black women say, ooh, girl. He wouldn't do me like that.
Just order. I just want to have a nice night.
Aren't you glad to see me?
Is that what my face says?
No, this is the kind of trifling. Not only would break into your house to start some shit with you, but would eat your cereal.
Yeah.
Because it's free. He ain't doing this for effect. He ain't doing this for for presentation.
No, he was hungry.
He was hungry. He said, "Shit, there's still some cereal left in here. Shit, she got milk. Hell yeah, I'm about to try it out. No, this is by accident."
Careful pushing a good woman too far.
So you see the name. Let me stop it right there. You see the name Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black. Excuse my demeanor here, but this should have been called that. Crazy.
I would call it, what did she ever see in him?
Yeah.
that was just baffling through the whole thing.
Because this ain't got nothing to do with divorce, really. This ain't about divorce. It's about okay, so this movie is about a dude that is so mad that he drives himself crazy.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody doing that to him. I read something where they said this is one of Tyler Perry's tamer movies. I say bullshit.
Really, you don't think it's one of his tamer movies? Because it's pretty straightforward and nothing like Tyler Perry crazy happens in it.
I think that there's some of that craziness early on, and it's sprinkled in there very lightly, but they're at the beginning especially.
No.
Yeah,
that beginning.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you. Listen, let me let you know. Because maybe it ain't as crazy as the craziest Tyler Perry movies out there, but the shit is still nuts. All right, shit is still out there. It's up there with crazy. Maybe not top tier, oh man, maybe not, classic.
Yeah, not underground sex
dungeons.
in
In
your apartment building.
This ain't primo with Tyler Perry insanity, all right? But it's it's up there. Let me, before y'all pass judgment, let me explain.
Okay.
Now we all agree the first 5 minutes of this movie.
Ooh, buddy.
Listen, the dude's name is Dallas, as I said, Corey Hardrick's character. Before Dallas has a chance to even lose his mind in here, the beginning of this movie, in the first 5 minutes, people, we're at a funeral. And I'm gonna give you just a quick rundown. I'm gonna give you the highlights. We're at a funeral where we got this country ass family that gets pissed off and removes the body from the casket and walks out of church with it. They lift the lid and they crowd surf this day. And carry his cold dead body out that church. And people, that's after the preacher right here gave a whole sermon about how the person that is dead is going straight to hell while the mama's right there and saying, I don't give a about your kid. Somebody got to tell the truth about his stupid ass. I'm tired of all y'all. And then the mom gets so mad that she strips down and says, take these damn hand-me-downs that y'all gave me and get this class at the casket and carry his ass back home.
I love that. Come on, sons. Let's take him with us. All right, mama, not the casket. Take him out of there.
And I love Tyler Perry's casting because he made sure to make sure it was one of them big, bossy, scary black women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
she's awesome, by the way.
No, she's amazing. I forgot who that actress is.
I wish she was in more of the movie because
Yeah.
whenever she's there, goddamn, does she command the scene?
And people, everything I just told you, Tyler Perry plays it completely straight. Tyler Perry says, "I'm serious." Right? He treats this like this is like we're watching an Oscar-winning drama.
Not the casket. Take him out.
He's like, what? And that man does nothing to stop it.
And that's how the movie introduces those characters. Like, he's preaching and the camera's holding it on that family, but it's like, we don't know who they are. We don't know anything about the first thing we see them do.
Oh, I think we learned everything.
We learned, trust me. We learned, Martin's right, we learned everything we need to know about everybody. About everybody. We learned about him. We learned about their family. We learned about Megan Good. We learned about her husband, all that.
I mean, without a big info dump, it was all right there. You know, when that scene was over, I was like, listen, I know that was crazy, but I have to applaud it because I can't remember last time I walked into a movie where it right off the bat said, come here.
Yeah.
Look at this. I was like, oh, you got me. Wow.
People, any other movie, they would have played that for laughs. Tyler Perry said, hell no, ain't a goddamn funny thing about this.
Yeah, it comes off like a WWE special or something.
Yeah. That's why anybody who said this shit was tame, I love this. Now, that is classic crazy-ass Perry right there. I loved it. But after that, this right here makes it one of the craziest characters that I've seen that Tyler Perry has done, because he's angry all the time. That's why he wants a divorce, because he's mad. That's it.
Yeah.
He's mad. And we don't know why. He don't even know why. He's just angry.
I mean, as near as we can tell, because the mama hates his wife and has poisoned the whole family against her, and it just feeds into him, but he's just angry. He's got one speed. And it's just there's no scene where he has any joy whatsoever.
None. They do a flashback where he's smiling, and those last for about 2 seconds. But other than that, I would say he's probably bipolar. But he don't switch. He got one switch, and that's angry. He's just a black grouch. So he's probably to walk around with his feet sticking out of a trash can.
There's nothing you can say to him to get a pleasant response.
No, nothing satisfies his brother right
I
here,
ain't saying to
man.
make him happy. I just mean like a pleasant civil response.
Hell yeah. Shit, he could win the lottery. He finds some reason to be mad about that shit. Hell, he could have the winning ticket. Somebody could even say, thank you. What the f*** you looking at?
Right.
He'd be mad as boy, this dude, I don't know what's going on here. And at first, it makes things frustrating, because it makes Megan Good's character completely annoying. I'm sorry, man, because we're supposed to look at her as a victim. And I guess technically she is, but her dumbass, and taken to a whole other level, she's one of them dumbass, I can fix him chicks. You know, that's her character. That's the only reason why. There's no, and like, listen, this is Tyler Perry, all right? There's no real depth or complexity to this, you know?
No, she only really has two reasons. One legitimate. The legitimate one is that she knows things that happened in his past and she feels for him. It's a big trap that a lot of people who are in abusive relations fall into. They go like, well, you don't understand what they've been through. And then all this is like, yeah, there's a point where none of that matters. But the other reason is church. That's her big reason, is that, well, you know, I'm trying to live by the Bible and be the good wife and the devoted wife. And it's like, stop all that.
Well, that's because by the way, her father went off on her husband's family because her father is the preacher of the church.
Yeah.
And so she's always talking about how I tried to do good by you, mama. Try to do good by you, daddy, because y'all taught me that, you know, staying in the marriage and making it work. It's like,
and like, wait, I love how later they're like, we ain't teach you that. We gave you every reason to not be in this shit.
Girl, you just dumb.
The one thing I could say about her character is, of all the people in the movie, she's like the most cohesive, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, she feels like a real character. The other people, it's like, well, now you're kind of a player, you're a preacher now, you're whatever, you know?
Well, you know, so even that whole thing of that legit reason why, that's just dropped in. Like, it's not really explored. It's mentioned.
No, exactly. It's mentioned. And I thought, well, okay, if we're going to go into this, give us a reason to understand. But it's like, you just mentioned that once. It's
just mentioned to give this dude an excuse to be evil.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. But it makes her annoying, man. And, no matter the abuse that she's receiving, I wish, I'm not saying that domestic abuse is something that is always the victim's fault or anything like that. No, I'm talking about this movie right here, man. You know, like she comes across as dumb, one note. And because these characters are written to like have, one or two things about them to get an instant reaction or emotion. Also, he's a black man and a black villain in a Tyler Perry movie.
Yes.
That's the other thing. So you know that he's evil. At least he's light-skinned at this time.
Right,
He ain't real dark.
He decided to switch it up.
Yeah, but still, when you black and evil in a Tyler Perry movie, you are evil.
Now get out the damn truck. Just go.
Well, we rode together.
I don't give a.
It's like, it really is like, man, why?
Uh-huh.
What you so mad about?
Right.
Now you better get your ass out this truck, or I will drag your ass up out of here now. You know I'll do it.
Them fingers, boy. You know I'll do. And the thing is, he will. And again, this is her. Oh, okay, you're right. It's God, Jesus.
Yeah, let the mama talk to her in any kind of way.
Should have done. Well, shit, I let her talk to me that way too.
Well, if I was standing there, I'm not saying I would fight her back, but I would leave. I was like, I'm not sticking around for any of this.
She could tell me to strip and make passionate love to her. And I'll do it. You pull your dick out. Do me right now. Oh, yes, ma'am. That woman was scary.
She was scared.
I'm talking about this character right here and how evil he is and kind of one-note evil he is. But the thing is, for me, he's the most interesting part and entertaining part of the movie. Like, he entertained the shit out of me.
I know the character is not written with dimension, but this actor was his name, Corey
Hardrick.
He's really good.
Man, he is excellent at being an asshole.
At being just 100%, 24/7
He is the most entertaining part of this movie to me. I know I'm supposed to hate him, but I got my best laughs from him in this movie.
Well, it's also funny because he's not as effectual as he thinks he is.
No. And see, that's the thing. I realized that when he wasn't around, this shit instantly turned into just a Lifetime movie.
Yes, it did.
You know, it becomes a generic Lifetime movie, man. So, you know, when he leaves, this movie goes into that real generic Lifetime Hallmark territory. She goes home to her old room. By the way, no one does this shit, okay? No one's on the verge of being 40 years old and goes home and their room is still decorated like they're 14.
And Will Smith posted.
Yeah, she got a fresh. She almost 40 years old, still got a Fresh Prince picture on the wall. She still got a drawing from 8 years old back here. A lava lamp. And like, that's not even a theme here.
I know.
Listen, we see this in movies all the time. I don't know anybody who does this.
No.
You know, you go back home and everything's decorated like when you were like 11.
Yeah, that would only make sense if she died.
yes. And they kept it that way to remember her. And some people do that.
You know, I don't know if you would touch on this, but another thing in this movie when, you know, she's feeling bad about herself and she's just so like, I'm almost 40 and I'm almost 40 and nobody's going to want me when I'm 40. And I'm like, okay, first off, that's not old. And second, look at you.
Yeah, no, get the out of here.
That was the most unbelievable thing about this movie.
Yeah.
Even like the villain family, but her especially, it's like, you are so beautiful. Like, will you stop this?
Yeah. Now, the only thing I can say is, dude got into her head, and again, I hate saying this because I'm not trying to make sense out of nonsense, all right? But, you know, dude got in her head so much that he made her feel like she wasn't beautiful because apparently he rented all the space in her skull.
True. But she just kept harping on her age. I'm almost 40.
Yeah.
And she's talking to her friend who's the same age as her.
And she's like, girl, shut up. Another thing is she runs into the dude that the guy that got away. We see that in movies all the time.
Yeah.
Excuse me, though. The old flame, who we know is going to swoop in. And he's always trying to act like a gentleman. We know that brother been waiting this whole time.
Hey, man, look, you know that guy is going to swoop in. This guy waited like 30 seconds.
Oh hell yeah.
Like she's like, yeah, so me and Dallas, we sort of like taking a break. So anyway, you and I can go do stuff. And, you know, if you're getting divorced, I can talk to you about it. And, hey, where are you going? Every time she goes somewhere, he'd pop up.
Joseph Lee Anderson is his name, the actor, but his name is Benji in the movie.
Benji.
But now
That
granted.
dog name.
I know. So his name is Benjamin, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't even say he popped up, though. I will say the movie's fair. The dad was always the one trying to set it up.
Oh, how are you? Your daddy told me to come to the feed store at this time. Snitch!
You doing? That actually was kind of funny because
I'll beat your ass when we get out of the store.
And that's another thing. She's hanging out with her parents, and they always, you know, it's one of those things where they gotta lay the love on thick. Oh, I love you, baby girl. You my one and only. Where you been? Hey, let's hang out like we used to do when you were my real baby girl. And it's sweet. It is. I would say that it is a sweet moment in the movie, even though, like I said, it's generic as hell. Only thing that makes it kind of interesting is his dad just acts weird sometimes.
Is that guy,
You
man?
get out of here.
So, man,
The employee at the grocery store is like, what is happening right now?
Yeah. Just face big enough, just pull the shelf on his ass.
I'd have to make that an emote, him peeking through the...
Oh, they're just laughing weird and goofy as hell. Everyone, excuse me for interrupting the show, but we have to give a word out to our sponsor right now, which is Cato's Coffee. And this is the perfect time to tell you about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is almost 6 in the morning as I'm doing this recording. And I've been up all night because I have a flight in about an hour to go to Atlanta. And nothing would get me going more than a nice cup of Cato's Coffee. I mean, I just like to sniff it sometimes. Even smelling it kind of gets me going. But hey, let me tell you a little bit more about Cato's Coffee if you don't know about it. Cato's Coffee is premium roasted to order, ensuring that you get the freshest cup possible. They have all these delicious flavor profiles. If coffee's not your thing, hey, check out their teas. Their teas are equally as delicious. And you know what's gonna make that cup of coffee even better? Knowing that each cup that you drink is contributing to making a positive change for your pets and for the environment. In fact, the company is named after the owner's dog right here, Cato's. Look at that handsome fella right there. He looks a little tired though. He could probably use a cup of his own coffee right here, Cato's Coffee. The only thing that I can think that might make that cup of coffee taste even just a little bit more better is a discount, which I have for you right here. If you go to catoscoffee.com and use the code TOASTED, you'll get 5% off your entire order. Let me spell that out for you. KATOSKOFFEE.com, and you use that code TOASTED, you'll get 5% off your entire order. Ooh, that cup of coffee is tasting even better now. Folks, I want to thank Cato's Coffee for, well, keeping me awake right now as I'm about to get on this flight. Also, for sponsoring this portion of the show. And of course, I want to thank all of you out there for your support. Thank you very much. And now, back to the show. Now, this is where I have the argument where this movie is crazy, like some of Tyler Perry's other movies, and it's all because of Dallas. We've all seen this before, all this stuff, you know, hanging out with the old flame and the weird ass dad peeping around corners. We've seen all that, you know. And at that moment, I was saying to myself, whenever he wasn't around. And it turned that lame ass movie, I was saying, where the hell is Dallas? Dallas has come in and start some shit, man.
He is a shit starter.
Yeah.
I think his best scenes are the ones with him and the best friend squaring off with each other.
Man, I think his best scenes are all of them. This brother, because when he comes in, ooh, he don't disappoint, man, at least for me. Because he wants, thing is, with him, he wants a divorce because she makes him mad. And then she gives him his wish. Here's your divorce. And then he's like, hey, I'm divorced. Divorce makes me angry. And he goes even crazier than before. And he comes back with a vengeance. And he starts shit with the world.
Yeah.
Everybody. It ain't about her no more, man. Everybody catching a little bit of Dallas. He starts shit with her best friend.
Dallas, you need to leave this bank right now.
Do you want to lose your job, bitch?
He starts shit with his own best friend.
How you gonna betray me like this, huh?
Lisa on the way.
Shut up, bitch.
Ooh.
Were you like, how are these two ever friends?
Exactly.
Best friends.
I mean, he's been talking shit to him like that through the whole movie.
Plus, Dallas is country as
Yes, he is. Yeah, ignorant.
Yeah,
ignorant country.
Ignorant. So what did they ever have in common, those two, to be best friends?
I don't know, man. Again, and Tyler Perry don't know. I can tell you that right now. This fool, you can't even see it because Megan Good's walking out the scene, but she's trying to get him out, and he's starting shit with customers. Customers ain't done nothing to him.
And I'll slap your nose off.
Talking to that dude down there, I'll slap your nose off. I think he ad-libbed some of these lines, man.
Probably. I mean, I imagine the dude said like, leave.
About his lines, if you want the timestamp.
Yeah, I'll get him in. But he goes after the parents. He starts shit with his mother, ex-mother-in-law.
Oh, you think I'm gonna let him and her embarrass me like that?
You devil! You fool!
He starts shit with everybody's catching shrapnel. He starts shit with the grocery store employees.
And what the you looking at?
He starts shit with inanimate objects. Take that.
One box of oatmeal.
Yeah.
I see you, oatmeal.
People, this leads to, because listen, I'm saving this for a roast. Because there was so much I want to talk about. I don't want to ruin the movie for y'all who want to, like, because there is crazy stuff I want y'all to see. I'm just going to say these lead to other insane moments in this movie, man. And I wish I could tell you about them, but I don't want to spoil those for you. You got to go see those for yourself. As far as I'm concerned, OTP has done it again, man. We have to roast this soon, and you will see even more what I'm talking about. I was laughing. I mean, I was on the plane watching this, and I had to just cover my head because I was laughing at this shit so much. I got to stop. This is the third time I watched a Tyler Perry movie on a plane.
Sounds like the best place for him.
No, because people think I'm crazy. People like, what the watch it over there. Yeah, man.
You don't understand.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of crazy shit here, boy. I got to tell you, man. Let me see.
You got to show a couple of things, man.
Okay, so there are some other complaints, and let me find this clip right here, because there's some other things in here, man, that just, again, it's Tyler Perry craziness. Let me see if I can find this right here. So, and I feel like as far as writing goes, to give some actual critique right here, Megan Good's character, at some point in the movie, she has to turn into a strong woman, and it just happens suddenly. It just flipped a switch for her. There's no real transition, if you ask me. Also, Tyler Perry loves drama so much that he even throws a little extra dash in there, something that never even gets followed up.
Yeah, I remember the thing with the lawyer and the divorce when they were signing the paper.
Oh, no, well, no, there's that.
Yeah.
There's that, but then
the animals.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There's a dude's livelihood is destroyed, and he's like, "Oh, I just want to get back to you, girl." I'm like, "Damn, that pussy must be good," because he ain't worried about these animals that are laid out. The thing with his best friend, that was brought up that absolutely went nowhere. So, I mean, as usual, it's people are watching this for the over-the-top drama. As far as the writing goes, it's not tight at all. Things are very loose.
And I was disappointed with the filmmaking, because even mea culpa, like, there was some competent camera work. Like, things looked good. Like, this looked like a step back.
And that's why I love the Tyler Perry universe. Just weird shit happens, man. Just out of nowhere. Here's a couple of things right here. And you convinced me to put one thing up. But man, there's a scene where so they're having a party. For a surprise party for Megan Good's character. And there are women and dudes there. And then all of a sudden, these old greased up, big ass black dudes, these dancers come walking in. Even this dude like, ooh, he's like, shit, he discovered something about himself. And these dudes just come in all greasy and shit.
What's that on top of his head?
Thinking that's his hair. I'm not sure.
Okay. He's a black rooster.
Shit, hey, cock-a-doodle-doo. Emphasis on you know what. And Tyler Perry, I don't know, man. He's starting to let loose. Like the real Tyler's about to come out, and he's ghetto. Because he drops the N-word.
Oh yeah,
a lot in here. Yeah. A lot in here.
Not even just people say it in this.
Yeah, there's one scene, especially the women, because the women are quick to say, "Nigga, don't you talk to me like that." And so when they made a cake, I'm gonna read this the way it is. They made a cake for Megan Good, and the cake reads, and I quote, you can read it for yourself: "Finally free, you and bye."
Could you imagine what the cake decorator was like? What do you want?
And I love it if it was like a 60-year-old white woman. Am I allowed to have your permission to spell that?
Well, all these movies take place in Atlanta, so I'm sure they're fine.
No, they probably went to the only white one just to mess with her. And have it done in an hour.
It's a nice cake, though.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I've never seen a cake that said "fuck you, nigga." Man, there's little touches like that make this movie crazy. Okay, this shit is insane. And I'm talking about this is tame. Look at the cake right here.
It's tame compared to his other movies.
Okay. That's because I thought about that. Compared to Temptation and Acrimony, now, like I said, that's top tier insanity.
It's even tame compared to Mea Culpa.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
It is.
You think
There's long lulls in this movie where, like you said, it's a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, because Mea Culpa dealt with it like he tried to do like a mystery thriller. And this ain't nothing but all country ass angry dude walking around.
Yeah,
but I still think,
when it's all said and done, it's not a whole lot to this plot.
I still think this dude makes it wild. Dallas makes this shit crazy, and like I said, if I
he
do
makes it fun.
But see, Dallas, because there's a certain point where Dallas drives everyone crazy. He's like the devil.
Yeah.
Like you let him up in your life, and he's gonna affect you with anger too.
Well, it's frustrating when you're like, why do y'all have this person in your life?
Yeah, that's it. See, that's why people. If we roast this, you will see what I mean because they're just shit in here that just happens. That it's just
like Dallas has no redeeming personality. I mean, no redeeming traits.
That's why this is crazy because he's just mad to be mad.
And he even lists those traits himself. He's like, "No, I'm terrible. You don't want me." You're watching. You're like, he's kind of right.
Yeah, he's like Ren from Ren and Stimpy. He's just angry. Like I said, it is really not as crazy as some of the other Tyler Perry movies because for one, everybody got natural hair. Ain't one Tyler Perry wig in there, and unless that's one, and that's a convincing one. But ain't no Tyler Perry hair in there. People ain't, and they're not doing crazy things like again going to the hell sex dungeon or, Taraji P. Henson falling in the ocean and then coming back out of the water dry.
Yeah,
nothing like that. But like I said, this is man. Listen, by other cinema standards, this is crazy.
Sure, but you think about how many of his movies have people go crazy at the end. The crazy guy is at the beginning and just stays even all the way through. So there's no big surprise.
No, there's no surprise. It's just nuts. That's all.
Yeah, he kind of is like Michael Myers. Like he just like appears. It's like, how'd you get in here? Like,
well, he teleports all over the place.
They tell you Atlanta is about an hour and a half away from where this old country ass town is. There's a scene, and unless I'm not getting some right information, he's in Atlanta, but he goes back after he broke into the house. And was eating his cereal. He has a little conflict with somebody at this house. You probably guess who. But after he had that conflict, he leaves the house. That's in Atlanta. He goes back to this small ass country town, poisons them animals, and then comes back to stalk her at her office or something. Yeah. And I was like, how did you have time to do all that?
Movies, man.
He had to, so it's 3 hours to make that trip, but also he had to get the poison.
Yeah.
And they show that there's a lot of animals, so he had to go and feed every animal's poison in there, and then make it back in order to stalk her back at her job in Atlanta. So it didn't. Yeah, again, that's where it's kind of crazy. So I don't know, folks. I liked it, but again, I liked it on a Tyler Perry scale, which means actually, if I was to give this anything, I would give it a rental. Just because I really did enjoy watching him, man. Like I said, it's not his craziest, but I think it was pretty entertaining. And it's funny because I look at these and I wish, again, it would meet the potential of some of the things in there. Because there are some little sweet moments in there with the dad and his daughter and all this kind of stuff. And they start preaching till they turn to black drama. Oh, baby, I didn't mean for you to turn out this way. I wasn't there for you.
If you get Debbie Morgan, that's going to happen.
Is that? Yeah, that's the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, baby.
That's been her since All My Children back in the 70s.
Oh, that's where she's from. That's right. Oh, when black people make that sound, oh, black misery, oh.
Man, I don't have any more to add to what we've been saying. I will say I was disappointed because I was looking for that crazy Tyler Perry movie, and it wasn't. It was mostly Lifetime with acting that's on a level above what we normally get between Corey Hardrick and Megan Good. But I thought the two of them were good, and I liked the parents, and of course the other mom, the mother-in-law.
Oh yeah.
Even in a cartoonish way, but they was all very entertaining. Everybody else was pretty flat, as with most of the story.
As with most Tyler Perry movies sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. But he's had some that were just so flat you couldn't even lift them off the ground.
Yeah.
So this does have life, and I know it's a backhanded compliment, but this movie was short because I had something to do.
Really?
It's 2 hours.
Is it 2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, well then even more credit to it that it didn't feel like it was long. I thought it breezed by because I had something to do this afternoon and I was like, shit, I'm not gonna be able to make it through. And I was like, oh wait, it's over.
No,
Okay.
it's 2 hours long.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I guess I did break it up some, but yeah, I felt like it breezed by to me. Yeah, it's a rental.
It kind of dragged for me, but it's got that classic Tyler Perry thing where he sits you down in the chair, and before you can ask what you're going to watch, he'll spin that shit.
Yeah, that's
send you around. And the spin slowed down a little bit quicker for me in this movie. It wasn't as out there as I would like, but I still there's moments where it pops up and it's fun. Yeah, I think that it's teetering on bullshit for me, but I'd give it the lowest possible rental because if you do watch it with people, maybe you're like me and you'll read into it that he's reading the script, or you'll have other things that'll definitely stand out to you, like that cake. So yeah, I'd give it just really, really low rental. Like there's stuff in there that's wild, and that opening scene will stick with me.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
man, I know. I was like, this I'm gonna remember.
Oh, that's one of his. Listen, that's one of his best openers ever. And that cake gets the full price for me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That ball and chain.
Man, y'all have got to vote for a roast for this. I'm telling y'all. I was mad. The only reason why I say that is because I was just taking notes down while I was watching this. And I was like, I can't put all this shit in this review. You know what I'm saying? I had to slow myself down. I was like, this is a review, man. Stop.
Yeah, I was watching. I was like, well, I guess we're basically roasting this because it was so crazy. Like, what all the things that people do in this, it's like Tommy Wiseau-isms, you know? It's like, oh, I have to go to my job at the bank, or like, stop, I need to get my head in the zone so I can go to the bank. It's like, wow, I get it. You're doing adult activities.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Man, some of this now, we do a roast, give it a few weeks, because some of the stuff we just, when we do the roast, we'll mention in this. It'll just be deeper. But yeah, just give it a little time. Let it sit with you. Probably do this whenever we get the YouTube channel back up. Give it a few weeks.
Another little thing to give Tyler Perry credit on is normally with these movies, if somebody has a white collar job, they're always trying to make partner. And this didn't have any of that.
No. Well, you know what? A lot of movies do that. Every time somebody's at a law office, the storyline is, I got to get myself straight because I'm about to get a promotion. I'm about to make partner.
I'm going to make partner.
Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one. Check out our other YouTube channels and subscribe to join our wonderful Toasty community. And as always, stay toasty.